Alright guys, how's it going? Awesome Soul here, and welcome to what is most likely going to be a very awesome video indeed. So, I just want to get this out of the way really quick. The second half of the video is going to contain, drumroll please, a link to the official Awesome Soul community called the Soul Squad. And more information on that later in the, again, second half of the video. But first things first, I just want to say that the hype is most definitely real for Sprinter Legs. So when I woke up this morning, I was kind of on edge, just a little bit. Honestly, I didn't think that Sprinter Legs would do so well on the polls as they actually ended up doing. I basically grabbed my phone, opened it up, went to the Robocraft Reddit. I saw that the fact that, oh hey, look, the results are in. Let me take a look at what they are. So I very cautiously opened up the page and told myself, you know, it's gonna be kind of cool that we're getting new maps. Because, you know, all of the talk on Reddit and the forums, I basically expected the maps to sort of reign supreme. But as I scrolled down to my surprise and excitement, the Sprinter Legs were actually number one with the new Earth map for Battle Arena, Elimination, and Pit Mode in a very close second. So, I will go through the list here and just give my thoughts on, I guess, where I expected to see them, rather. So, obviously, Sprinter Legs are number one, and I could not be happier. So for all of those who actually voted for those, good on you. I'll give you a pat on the back and a cookie when you join the Soul Squad server. Link later on in the video. I won't actually give you a cookie because it's over the internet, but you have a cookie in my heart. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so I have seen a few people basically saying that, oh my god, we don't need another mech leg, or it's just gonna make wheels completely pointless, or, things like that. And obviously they haven't seen the video, because I made them very different. And that's kind of even though people actually watch the video, occasionally I will get the comments saying, oh, so it's just another mech leg, or oh, it's a mega insect leg, or oh, it's a mega rail. And it's like, no. Even in the Electrolance video, I caught onto that trend, and I specifically said, hey, you know what? This is not a mega rail, just putting that out there. And what do you know, in the description below, or well, the chat below, rather, somebody actually said, oh look, a mega rail. I'm sure they were a troll, but anyways, getting back on point, the Sprinter leg, if you actually watched my video, was very different, because it takes a while to get going. It's not instant acceleration, and it's got a long jump instead of a high jump that the current mech legs have. Also, they're a slightly bigger target than the current mech legs, and obviously they're going to have less electroplating. So they're a bigger target, easier to hit, only slightly, but they do have less health on top of that. But the main perk is their sort of long jumping ability and their speed. Of course, you have to stay at speed. Anyways, moving on, like I said earlier, the new Earth map for Battle Arena and Elimination and Pit is in second place. And I definitely see why it's there, because the Earth map looks very nice, and a version of that, or at the very least, a different location on Earth for those other 3 game modes would be pretty cool. Now, number 3, this is actually a little surprising to me, to be honest. The addition of propellers. Now, I don't actually know if these 2 and 3 spots are going to be added soon-ish. I can definitely see number 2 being added very soon. Probably right after Sprinter Legs, but we'll see. No announcement on that. I'm not entirely sure why propellers were voted for so heavily, but I'm not against them by any means. I would like to make some sort of Artbot drone type things, like the little tiny remote control drones. I always wanted to do that, but with even the smallest rotor blades we have now currently, you just can't quite do that. So hopefully, if we ever do get propellers, they are a little smaller. And the smaller version of the chain shredder, again, not entirely sure why that is in position 4. I would have, well, I did rather, put that lower myself. But, I mean, the chain shredder is a decently popular weapon right now. People definitely seem to like it, so a smaller version for newer players, I guess that's probably why. All the new players that can't really get the big shredder, they want the small shredder, so they can actually buy it without having to spend an insane amount of money. That kind of makes sense, actually. Now we know why it's there. Number 5, add a new Mars map to Team Deathmatch. Again, I would certainly be all for this, and I kind of expected it to be in position 3, but oh well. I guess Earth is a bit more popular than Mars, because we've been playing on Mars maps for a long time, so that's probably why Earth is higher. And the fact that it's just a map for Team Deathmatch. Then again though, playing the same map over and over again on Team Deathmatch can get a little tiring after a while. It would be nice for some variety, but that's not to say I dislike the map currently. Number 6, a smaller version of the lock-on missile launcher. Now, if you remember from my last video, I think I put this in position 3 personally, and I actually can see this being in position 6. Yeah, not really much else to say here. I guess the same sort of reasoning applies for the smaller version of this that I explained for the smaller version of the chain shredder being so high. Number 7, improve Helion impact crater. Again, I kind of see why it's there, but maybe like 1 or 2 spots higher is where I was kind of expecting it. Number 8, add a legendary mega aerofoil and rudder. Now this one, I was honestly expecting this to be in sort of the 2 to 4 range, but number 8? That's kind of concerning, really. Not entirely sure why. Maybe there's just not enough people wanting to build traditional flyers. They're all invested in, basically, drones at the moment. And number 9 would be the mega-sized rotor. I can definitely see why this one is at number 9, for the reasons I detailed in my last video. It would probably be the size of the bay. I kind of hazard to call this one a joke entry by FreeJam, but we don't know, really. And of course, the actual joke entry, although maybe it wasn't a joke. The googly-eyed cosmetic with actual springs. Again, the actual spring part has me very intrigued. So it would be a dynamic cosmetic actually moving around. But I definitely see why this is at number 10. Got the highest number of votes for the number 10 spot out of anything. That dark blue bar is very large. So that kind of covers everything in that regard. But like I said in the beginning of the video, the second half of the video will tell you all about, drumroll please, I don't have a drumroll effect, but anyways, the Soul Squad. That's right, this is the official, state-of-the-art, not really, but it's the official community for all of you guys to gather around and talk, where sort of like-minded people can gather, and it is hosted on Discord. So, if you don't know what Discord is, basically, it is a fusion of a forum and a text chat and a sort of big community hub, and something that's very cool, it is also a combination of a voice chat. That's right. So, what you can do here is the owner can set up a whole bunch of different text channels and voice channels. So I've got some Robocraft platoon sections that are capped at 5 players because, you know, obviously you can only get 5 people per platoon. I personally rather do enjoy Pokemon, even though I've actually never really talked about it much on the channel. So if you guys are into Pokemon Go or are interested in anything other Pokemon related, I do have channels for that. So whenever they get around to adding trade into Pokemon Go, you can set up trade with friends. Or other, do I call this a faction? Or a clan? I don't quite know. I will be turning this into a clan in Robocraft whenever they get around to doing that. But anyways, I'm sure you're asking, Awesome Soul, how do I get onto this? This sounds amazing. I get the opportunity to possibly talk to you. That would be wonderful. And of course, you can interact with people you normally see in the comment section too, and sort of share your Robocraft ideas and all that jazz. Anyways, how exactly do you do this? Well, simply go to Discord. Yes, that's right. Google Discord and it should be the first link. Or, just go in the description of the video. And the first page basically just says, download for Windows or open Discord. And at the top there's a bunch of features, partners, merch, blog, but you don't really need to know that, rather. So after you've downloaded it, you will be able to open the app, and then you won't really see a whole lot on the left-hand bar. All you will see is a circle with a dotted outline and a plus in it. You then click the plus, it will open up a create or join tab. Obviously you want to join a server, and then in the description below, or from the thing you see on screen now, you type that into the bar and hit join, and all of a sudden, you are now officially part of the Soul Squad community. Hell yeah. Anyways, what you do need to do though, before you can get on, for security and anti-spam measures, I have set the security level to low. And what that means is you need to actually verify your email with Discord before you can get on. A pretty simple step that will be prompted to you when you actually download the app, I'm sure. Now, what can you actually do here? Well, like I said, you can talk and discuss things and post dank memes. There's a specific section just for memes. You know you have a top quality server when you have a meme section. And one of the coolest features, actually, is a level up feature. So there are 3 ranks, or I guess technically 4, technically 7, I guess. But really, you only need to know about 3. So, or well 4, because you don't start out with a rank when you actually join the server for the first time. Anyways, what happens is, when you participate in chat, you will gain experience points. And once you hit a certain level, you will then level up and gain brand new perks. So the levels are Wisp, Spirit, and Soul, unlocked at level 20, level 45, and level 75 respectively. Now, of course, as you gain a level, it will take more experience, aka more time, to level up again. So in order to get the Soul rank, it means you will have to be a very active and long-time member. So think of these ranks as a sort of badge of honor, I guess you could say, for the long-time subscribers, viewers, and I guess just general awesome people. Anyways, guys, I will be hanging out there for a little bit at the time of posting the video, so head on over there as soon as you're done the video and say hi, and of course I will most likely be able to say hi back, unless of course I'm swamped with thousands of people joining all at once, and then it might be a little difficult to do so. But with that, guys, I will end the video here. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you, hopefully, in Soul Squad.